This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some important update to share with you. Bernie Sanders calling out the billionaires who potentially swayed the election. President Biden forced to make a difficult decision because his stimulus executive order is failing. We'll go over these. Less than 12 hours until Thanksgiving, direct payment up to $4,000. And then Americans to get automatic payments of $750. And I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. So gas prices declining ahead of Thanksgiving holiday. So we're seeing gas prices, it's on the up, it's on the down, it's a roller coaster, it's very volatile. Last week it touched $95 a barrel, and today it's down to $84. So big drop, and we're seeing the prices go down, but diesel still high, which could also affect the price of gas as well. When it comes to credit card balances, so credit card balances just experienced the biggest annual jump in more than 20 years, Fed says. So the third quarter brought higher credit card and mortgage balances, adding $351 billion to household debt, according to New York Fed. This is really bad, especially if we're about to go into a recession, to have all this debt with higher interest rates. Not looking good. So credit card balances saw their biggest annual increase in more than 20 years in the third quarter, rising 15% from a year ago to reach $930 billion as Americans try to manage higher cost of living. So I have a question for you. When it comes to student loan forgiveness, a lot of people have said, if there's student loan forgiveness, should there be credit card forgiveness? You know, if you don't have student loans of $10,000 or more, could $10,000 of credit card balances be forgiven? Let me know your thoughts on that. Is that a good idea, bad idea? Speaking of student loans, so Biden pushed to extend student loan payment pause amid debt forgiveness roadblock. So the student loan forgiveness on a wide scale is blocked in court. I guess they're trying to do the whole legal obstacle course there and try to get that done. But at the moment, it seems it is held, despite, whatever they're saying. But they're still trying, other people are trying to extend the student loan pause, which is no payment or interest accumulated, for another 90 days. So those expire on December 31st, meaning that January 1st, anyone who has federal student loans has to begin their payments. Is that a good idea? Should it be extended? Should it be stopped? It's been a while, ever since the pandemic, 2 years. So I think 2.5 years it might be, maybe even up to 3 years of no student loan payments. Should the payments resume? Let me know your thoughts on that. And then Bernie Sanders says billionaire money impact on election not getting enough attention. It's disgusting. So Bernie Sanders calls out whoever. I just realized in this article he's 81 years old. I didn't even know that. Still, has a lot of fire for being 81 years old. One of the other factors not talked about, I think, enough is the degree which billionaire money impacted this election. It's disgusting. As I mentioned, I was in Pittsburgh with Summer Lee. She had to run against millions of AIPAC super PAC money coming in the last couple of weeks, and she ended up beating back. This is a major, major problem. I think Bernie Sanders might be one of the few people who actually talks about all the money that is being thrown around in elections from billionaires and, trying to sway the elections, because I think all the other officials are actually being paid off by those billionaires. If you got a billionaire funding your campaign, you're not going to call out the billionaires. So it is a pretty messy problem. I'm not sure how many more years Bernie Sanders has to call this out. But yeah, it's not good, not good. When it comes to payments going out, give thanks. Less than 12 hours until Thanksgiving, direct payment of up to $4,194 goes out to 70 million Americans. Do you qualify? So this is the Social Security. Starting on November 16th, certain Social Security recipients will receive checks from the SSA varying from $1,600 to $4,194. So if you are on Social Security, it's that time of the month where the checks are coming out today. And then if your birthday is between the 21st and 31st, your check is going to come out on November 23rd, the day before Thanksgiving. So this is just the Social Security checks. And then monthly money. Americans to get automatic payments of $750 for 6 months. See who qualifies for the cash. Excuse me. A new universal basic income program is set to launch, offering Americans payments up to $750 per month. This is Champaign County in Illinois is doing this. So basically, this will be the first round of the universal basic income, and families are selected, and it's going to be monthly payments of $750. So that's going on in Champaign County, Illinois. And when it comes to the election with the Democrats, what are they going to do next? What are the next stages now that the Democrats aren't fully in control of the House? Take a look at this.
As we await an official call on who will control the House of Representatives, the two parties are heading in two radically different directions on Capitol Hill today. On one hand, uproarious applause from inside the House Democratic caucus this morning. According to reporting from Jake Sherman, a better than expected midterm showing has Democrats energized. And number two, Republicans, expected to hold a narrow majority in the House, voted today on leadership positions. After predicting a red wave and not seeing so much as a trickle after such a demoralizing midterm, Kevin McCarthy faced a challenge for Speaker of the House from his party's right flank, although he did end up winning it. But still, the Republican Party is in the process of, shall we say, taking a quick look in the mirror. We don't know what that'll result in. But joining us to help us figure that out, what we should expect or gird for, Congressman Eric Swalwell of California, member of the House Homeland Security, Judiciary, and Intelligence Committees. First, Congressman, you were a voice on what voters really seemed to come out and respond to, and that was a call to protect our very democracy. Tell me how you're feeling 1 week after those midterm elections.
Feeling very good, Nicole. The voters clearly rejected chaos, and that's what the Republicans ran on, and they awarded competence. And we ran on the infrastructure bill, the CHIPS Act, the rescue plan, and that frame worked in our direction. It was really a win for democracy. And then we also had this other frame of we can be a country that picks its leaders by voting, or we can be a country that picks its leaders by violence. And the Republicans were more comfortable with violence over the last 2 years. And so the voters have spoken. And regardless of where the majority lands, we beat every single expectation that was out there, and the Republicans laid a historic egg.
An historic, I wasn't sure where you were going, but egg wasn't what I would have guessed. Indeed. We had a conversation just ahead of the elections in the wake of the brutal attack against Paul Pelosi, Speaker Pelosi's husband, and the response and how different it was from when Steve Scalise was shot. And there was condemnation of any and all political violence motivated by any and all ideology. Not so when Paul Pelosi was brutally attacked by a hammer. Donald Trump and lots of right-wing media personalities were joking about it. Carrie Lake was making jokes to a crowd. The crowd laughed. You've been the target of a lot of political threats of violence and assassination. What do you make of the rejection? Do you feel like it was a rejection of this loose talk and incitement of political violence? And do you feel like that's good, or is there more to do? Just weigh in on that.
The voters rejected violent rhetoric, and we continue to see it from Republicans, but that was on the ballot. And Andy Biggs, who received 33 votes today in the Republican conference running against Kevin McCarthy, he made one of the worst jokes about Speaker Pelosi and her husband just a week ago. And in contrast to every Democrat at the congressional baseball game a day after Steve Scalise was shot, having condemned the violence and wearing Steve Scalise's LSU hat in solidarity with him. It's a cruel, vile lot that they have found themselves in, and it goes all the way to the very top. And the voters not only rejected that vile rhetoric from Republicans, but also its leader, because every exit poll showed Donald Trump was at 55 to 60% underwater in favorability. So if they want to double down on crazy, you can lead a cult in America, but in a democracy, if you lose the House in 2018, you lose the White House and the Senate in 20, and you don't take back the Senate and you fail to meet expectations in the House, you're a loser. And Donald Trump's a loser, and they are going to go all in with a loser, and I think Americans just want us to get things done.
Your closing ad was sort of tying all these things together, but really anchored by the Dobbs decision overturning a constitutional right women in America have enjoyed for 50 years. How do you think that played, and what is the plan going forward to try to protect women's access to abortion health care?
Well, to continue to fight for them, Nicole, and look at other states where we can codify in those states, abortion access, because that also turned out, voters in historic ways, but also to reward and give agency to Generation Z. And we have Maxwell Frost now in the Congress, a 25-year-old who was a founder of March for Our Lives. Make sure that we reward that generation and bring them to the table on the issues they care about of, climate justice, racial equality, ending gun violence, healthcare equity. We can't ignore them, otherwise they will walk away.
Congressman, you spend a lot of time helping us understand the things that Democrats are fighting for, helping us understand the various investigations into Donald Trump. What is your opinion of how we should cover his announcement tonight? Should he announce another run for the White House?
Well, Nicole, it'll be interesting to see who shows up, right? Who is still all in with a three-time loser, twice impeached, with investigations all over the country, both civil and criminal. Who wants to, as I said, triple, quadruple down on that bet? But I really do believe right now is, to quote Churchill, it may not be the beginning of the end of Trumpism, but it is probably the end of the beginning. And I welcome and hope that, a responsible Republican Party rises out of this. But watch the House, because I believe if Kevin McCarthy does, find his way into the speakership, he'll lead the land of misfit toys. It'll be a vessel state to MAGA nation, but it will also form the largest law firm in Washington, D.C. with just one client. And they're not going to fight for the American people. They're going to have one client, and they're going to litigate all of his grievances, from the border to Hunter Biden to the FBI to attacking trans kids. And they're going to have no other agenda. And they're going to do it for somebody who, as I said, 60% of the American population view unfavorably.
So is help on the way to Americans? That's a big question. A lot of people are struggling and don't even really care what's going on with the election. They just want help. A lot of people are struggling right now. Fixed income, low income, Social Security, veterans. What is being done to address those groups? Americans want to see action. Now that a lot of promises were made with the elections, Americans want to see what is going to be done to help them. If you appreciate the video, how I got straight to the point and everything, subscribe to the channel for more daily updates on matters that financially matter to you. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella's tip of the day. I want to say that never let bad vibes take over you. You have to let the good vibes just let you free. You have to always be good, and always be humble, and always be great to everybody. And I love making these tip of the days for you guys, because you guys are my friends. Bye! I want to do a tip of the day. Hi guys. Hi. This is my tip of the day. I want to say, don't go on the road. If you cross, you'll get smushed. And have a great day. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. So yeah, Bella's supposed to have swimming today. Not sure if she will, and not feeling well, because this is the last practice that she has before her swim meet on Saturday. So she kind of needs to practice before Saturday. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated. And that is all the new, or actually, if you want to check out any of my other videos on my other channels, click right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.